Alrighty, we should be live. Before we do anything else, go to the U of Tubes. Go to Mine Channel. Go. Copy. Drop that out. Bring that down here. And paste. And paste. Boom. Alrighty, now that that's all settled, ladies and gentlemen, it's Hey Status, aka Jeff. And what's going on, Argishish? So today is the start of a new segment. I was able to carve out some time today, and I'm going to try and do this every feud. It's called Feud School. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my lineup. I'm going to show you my breakdown of why I've done what I have done. I'll throw in a couple polls here or there, and kind of just go through that realm. I would like to open the floor at a certain point for people to come in, ask questions. If I'm on or if you have me on Discord, you screenshot your lineup, your feud lineup, send it to me, ask what you think I would do here, and we'll kind of break it down on that route. I'm doing great today, buddy. I found a window to do some live streaming, so I'm going into that. So first and foremost, I want to start off with a poll. So because I always want to, we're gonna just do a regular 7 poll, see what we can get out of this. Hopefully it's something good. If not, well. Click, 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 click. All right, going with silver. It's gonna be 5. Always expect a 5. Ludwig, I'm jealous of you because of certain reasons. Ooh, we got ourselves a gold. Let's go. Kyrie say. Shards or shards or shards or shards. Honestly, I really just kind of want to get the new Cena. But I don't see that happen. I already got one new Cena this month. Highly unlikely I'll get another one. I got that Cena off the 7 poll. Oh my god, it's going to 6-star silver. What is it? New. Boom! New Cody, baby. 6-star silver Cody Rhodes. The story continues. I will fucking take that. That is nice. New is new is new. I always take the new. I am perfectly okay with that. Now we're going with gold here. Roman. Not bad. I'll take that new Cody, though. New Cody all day. Ooh, some more silver. Are we going for 5? Oh, 6-star silver. Flash. Nope. Just a fuse for Woods. I don't mind that at all. That's really not bad for a 20 pull, or for a $20 pull. Brand new card. I will take that. Champions is blessing me. Thanks, buddy. Champions is blessing me this month. I wanted this Cody. I got this Cody. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now I have a Cody I can take up to 6-star gold. That is not the tech. Let's do this final pull. See what we get out of here. Looks like we got ourselves a 6-star bronze. Is it going to be worth the money? 2 for the show. Flash? Nope. Just Imperium. Just Gunta. But hey, you know what? I walked away with this new Cody. That is perfection in my eyes. All right. So now to start off the feud school. This here is my current lineup for the feud. Now, the way I am looking at it, I am immediately going to be rocking in with class advantage. So when I get into a fight, I already know flat out Dexter, OTC Roman, Trickster John, Devon, and Taker are going to be the primary 5 I want to start with. Those are the ones that my promoters are going to be sitting on. As time progresses throughout the feud, this is going to change because each one the promoters are going to change out. If you notice, I've got 1, 2, 3 different tricksters here. So essentially how this breaks out is it's going to go John into Bo into Ozzy. So Ozzy's going to be the last one that I'm going to put the promoter on, because I do not have an affiliation strap for my trickster promoter. So that's always something to keep in mind. If you do not have an affiliation strap for your promoters, you are going to be bouncing, which they made it very, very simple for you to bounce. When you go and click on the card to choose it to go into your lineup, for those of you who do not know, there is a little whistle to the left-hand side of the screen. That is one that you can click on. It'll bring up that you have a promoter for that spot. You throw the promoter on. There you go. If you have the promoter already on your card, when you go into the fight, you'll see it on the left side of your card. And that way you know the promoter's there. So as you're bouncing, it's helped out a ton because all you gotta do is click it, put the promoter, pay the coin, make sure the promoter gets on, and go. It takes about 25 seconds per. So you're always going to want to keep that in mind, as it is 25 seconds between the animations and everything else. So ultimately, I'm going to be wasting probably about a minute of my time total. So that really comes down to where the speed comes in. You want those one hitter quitters. So that way you're staying ahead of your teammate, but you're also maintaining a good enough speed on your promoters. So now, the way I'm breaking this down is if I don't get to Ozzy, Ozzy is not meant to be one of my primary hitters. He is going to be a defensive stance against my opponents. The way I view feud, and people will disagree with this, people will not see eye to eye with what I see in feuds. I believe my track record has proven efficient enough that I can say these things and it holds some sort of merit. But when I view feuds, I view their side versus my side. Because even if you think about it, as we're going up in ranks, in not only just the leaderboard for individual, but also leaderboard for factions, you yourself are going through as quickly as possible. So if you're going in, say we've got 4, 7, 8 cards here, and those 8 cards I'm under 10 minutes. I want to have my opponent, who ultimately is probably going to have 7 to 9 picks, I want them to last 15 to 20. The reason I want them to last 15 to 20 is they have now become a hindrance to their faction and bringing their faction score down, so my faction can go up. Same thing with the leaderboard. If I have fight people who are on the leaderboard, if I'm making them waste 20 minutes and I'm done and out in 10 minutes, that means that I am done quicker. My score is going to go up a little bit faster and I'm going to stay ahead. If I'm already behind, then I'm going to drag them down so I can raise up. That's just how that goes. Feuding is both a single person sport and it is also a team thing. The team being how fast you are getting in and out. So the reason why I state all this is Ozzy is now officially fully armored up. He has that 60% gem defense there from the full plate or full set of armors, and we're looking at 189% gem defense with 257 move defense. To capitalize on that, my trainers are set up to where I have 20% more health from Molly Holly, which is fantastic. Receiving 10% less from any colored gems because of John. That's going to increase after I get some coin in. He still has a little bit of ways to go for his trainer, but this is where that's sitting. I also have a -1 MP reduction from Kali, taking 30% less damage from red moves. The red moves, it really comes down to whoever is going to show up. It's that -1 MP reduction that I'm counting on. The way that this feud is about to work is, let's see here. We have 100% increase to column break gems. We have 100% increase to bleed effects. We have 50% to multiply gems. We have 50% to red gems. So the bleed effect is going to take effect. So what ultimately I want to happen is for people to go against Ozzy, preferably trickster or strikers, because they're going with class advantage. Strikers have the lowest level of health. So basically, with Kali being on here, I'm MP reducing them to where my card itself is going to have a turn. Shot in the Dark and Hellraiser are 1 MP moves. So the way I am envisioning this is they're going to hit shot, or the AI is going to hit Shot in the Dark, then the AI is going to hit Hellraiser, then we're going to rotate from there. Now, give me just a second here, because I just remember the other reason why I went and got into the shop. There we go. I need to buy some plate parts real quick, because I need to switch some things around. So, grab that. All right, now we're going to make Ozzy consistent. That's ultimately what I wanted to do here. I wanted to make Ozzy consistent. Go and knock this off. Hit the save so that way nothing glitches out. Nothing bad happens. And claim all. I still need to get more in-game cash. So that way I can collect all of these freaking medals. All right, so we are going to go over to the Ozmeister. And we are going to switch out the Brutus Shears for the Aussie plate. Because this is what's making him most consistent. Now, don't get me wrong, the Brutus Shears did their job properly. I am going to remove the Buzzard's Beak because it does not play a role. Belts got shifted around. I was actually using that Buzzard's Beak on the new or on the revamped Viva La Raza Eddie to see how well that would go. Okay, so now that this is set up the way I want it to, we have Black Gem damage is increased by 60%, which is putting us at 127% or 176% because of our belt. So we're still going to slap. That's the main thing, is still being able to slap. But we are defensive enough that this should show or slow down pretty substantially anybody who's going to fight it. The armor is going to play a role, so that's going to make the AI think that it can one-shot, which means it will run the moves efficiently, which it damn well should. On the worst case scenario, it hits Hellraiser before it hits Shot in the Dark. It doesn't. It messes things up. However, the bleed effect is still going to affect my opponent. So we're going to be draining them as we go. That is where we want from that one. So that's our defensive standpoint for Ozzy. For Rowan, we have gone over to full takedown 3. Again, been super blessed this month. We're sitting at 400% increase on the black moves with everything going on. The plates are null and void right at this moment. For this one, this is where I wanted to wait until I was doing a stream to be able to solidify how I want this to go. Unfortunately, it's not going to go the way I want it to, because now I just realized what was here. This is a required Trickster slot, correct? Yes, it is. Required Trickster here, required John here. I'm going to keep Rowan where he's at. Now, this portion right here, it gets a little bit gravelly. Now, the reason I say it gets a little gravelly is now I'm going to have to pick and choose with Rowan who I take out. We have OTC Roman here, who ultimately is going to one-shot everything. There's no doubt in my mind he will one-shot everything. Now, that's going to come down to situations within the feud. So, obviously, I have my main 5, which you should do as well. If you have 5 promoters, or 4, or 3, or 2, or 1, for that fucking matter, you want to lean into those promoters. So, let's say I only had Trickster, Showboat, and Striker. Let's go with those 3. I have 3 Tricksters, 2 Strikers, and a Showboat. Okay? Those are going to be the ones I start the fights with. I'm going to make sure the promoter gets in there, because my cards are one-shot. If the card is not one-shot, you want to make it to where it can be one-shot. For your promoter standpoint, at least. I'm trying, my brain is going 100 miles an hour right now of every little detail I want to put out there. Oh, I guess that great minds think alike, buddy. Sorry, Master sent me a message for a hidden channel. That's pretty cool. But essentially, how I want to, or how this goes. Let me put it into a better way. Let me see if I can articulate this a little bit better. Say Rowan is my one shot, right? OTC is 2 turns. John is 2 turns. Let's go down that route. I only have 1 promoter. That promoter is a striker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Rowan, and I'm going to get the 3 strongest cards off the board first with Rowan, because I know Rowan's going to one-shot. So I'm going to keep the promoter on Rowan. I'm going to go 99 MP first and foremost. The newest cards that have 99 MP need to be dropped by your strongest card, or a submission card. If you feel it necessary, you have to use a submission, that's fine. There is not a single problem with using submission. What there is a problem with is using a submission in unnecessary portions. And by unnecessary portions, I mean Aussies. Aussies, warriors, anything that has 1 MP. Don't take your submission in against it. It's not worth it. It's not going to help you. All it's going to do is hinder your progress. Because what you do with submissions is you negate out the submission move, or the move MP, move points, if you will, for your opponent. 99 MP cards, if you do not have a one-shotter, take in the submissions against those 99 MP. Just because it starts off with 99 MP does not translate to submissions. So, for like people going against the new John, his moves are 6 MP. So at the 99 MP, they're obviously going to be charged. However, once a submission triggers onto these moves, they go back to being just 6 MP and they drop and they tick down. So always keep an eye on that. I need to put his belt back on him. I feel horrible for taking it off. Where did it go? I took it off again. I did. People in my faction have told people to run Awesome Truth for the column break boost to try and help out free-to-play light spenders. That is a good, strong possibility that would be very beneficial to run that. He is good. Awesome Truth is pretty good. Let me look at him real quick. We'll save here. Our Truth. The Awesome Truth. It has been so long since I've used you. I don't 100% know what you do. A 7x4 area to make into column break gems. Deal bonus damage for every column break. Then finisher, make 25 random gems into purple gems. So I would go, if this was me and I was running this, I would attempt to turn 1 it. I would do the lie detector having Striker Xavier and anything with +2 black MP. So let's look here. Ooh. Sorry, my throat's a little broken here. This is how I would set this up. Obviously, have them at 6-star. That's a given any other Sunday. Let's go with our move charge. If they ever get a filter for like black move, MP, or purple, that'd be fantastic. So let's scroll our happy asses down here, see if there's a +2 black with column. Because I'm not 100% if there is, and if there is, I apologize if I'm missing it. Black moves start with 1. Botches. EO would be a good choice because it's helping there. Reinforce, that doesn't work. That's not worth the color on it. Molly Holly will be a very solid choice here. So Hall of Fame Molly Holly would be the #1 choice, I would say, for this one because it's all gems. So either Molly Holly for the +2 on black. I'm saying but first choice first, it's Molly Holly. And I'm not seeing a +2 on black. For column break. So yeah, I would do Striker Xavier, Molly Holly, and then for coaches, gem modifier. Or no, it'd be gem damage. For column break. Stunning Steve is a fantastic choice. Any color gems do 30% more. That does increase. I'm saying that can go higher. Striker Trish. There we go. I almost lost her name. Striker Trish will be really good for that, for the 75%, because you're increasing that bonus damage here. Drew is a healthy choice, but not the greatest in the worlds. That's going to be sweet. Let's see here. You know what? That's what I would do. I would do Striker Trish and then purple gem damage because you're filling up the board with purple gems. Go down that route. That is a very solid choice because the 100% from the column break will actually affect the 5-knuckle shuffle. So whatever you do, it's going to be it's going to do 141,000 damage per bone or per column break gem There's 21 column break gems, 7x4 area. That's a really solid choice. I mentioned it for people who have him and might check the bid when feuding. I missed his MLC. Ah, yeah, that sucks. Excuse me. But yes. Actually, no. Scratch that. I would do Striker Xavier, Hall of Fame Molly Holly, Trish Stratus, or Purple Gem Damage, and then in the final slot, I would go with NWO Hogan for matching any color moves. Matching any color moves of that color, charge it by 2 more move points. The reason for this, the lie detector, all you would have to do is do 3 on one side, 3 on the other where it's safe. That will safely charge the truth or consequences going into the 5 knuckle shuffle. Like I said, obviously, this is going to change with whatever level people have him at. But that would be what I would do. It's a super high MP card, so with no real synergy to start with, but to make it a potential turn 1, those are the trainers I would go with. That would be what would help out the most. Then obviously you want a gem damage strap. Obviously you want Fury 3 as close to it as you possibly can get. So back to the lineup. Now, if your entire deal, I really kind of wish I had more of a presence on this, so that way I could do a little bit better on explaining this. I'll learn some things we shall see. I hope so. But it's not like I'm missing him. I showed you that Pop Naka, and actually kind of like him. He's fun, but not as turn 1 as before. That's awesome, buddy. I'm very happy to hear that. I really am. Honestly, Pop Nakamura is probably going to be one of your better tricksters for a long period of time. He does work. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing and saying what I'm saying, everyone's end goal while playing champions, if you are committed to champions, if you want to get better in champions, feuding is one of the strongest places you can get the best at. Anyone can feud. Anyone can participate in feuding. It all comes down to time management and your ability to go through anything, really. So, I'm going to use... I'm not really going to use anyone's lineup. What? Oh, okay, that was a personal message. Alright. See, this is the reason why I wish I was a little bit more established on this. If I could get people in here to send me screenshots of their lineups, I could actually break it down to what would be the best form of rotation. I'm going to do it on my own. Okay, so I pretty much know how a lot of people run their shit. So, let's go solo here for funsies. Let's go Hall of Fame Ray for funsies. Ozzy's a good choice because a lot of people have Ozzy. Dexter can get rotated off for anybody. So let's go with Rock. Devon can be rotated off for anybody. So let's go with Razar. Bo go off for any trickster. So let's say people are running Gunther. Let's go with Gunther. That's a good choice. John, a lot of people are going to be running Vet John because he's submission bleed. I think he's got a multiply build now. Let me see here. Yep. Make 12 random silence gems into multiply gems. Make 5x6 area into silence gems. Wow, this is actually not a bad moveset. Okay. This is a nice change of pace. I like this. This is actually a good setup for him. I may have to try and rock this. Yeah, if you want to send me one, I'll tell you exactly who you should fight and how you should fight them. Go right ahead, buddy. So, okay, so John is, let's say John here is the multiply gem user. Let's say, for instance, he slaps for 50 mil. 50 mil is what we know we're going to hit. How I would rotate all of this. Let's just act like Rabbit is not here. These are our choices. We have Final Boss Rock, who is a submission. We have Ozzy, who has a potential to miss, but can do a lot of damage vis-a-vis bleed. Hall of Fame Ray, who is definitely not a one-shot, even with Piper Plate. So we know that it's going to be a turn 2. Solo, who only fights techs. We know this. Back up, rewind. Razar, Acro. Hall of Fame Ray, strikers. Solo, technicians. Gunther, anyone who doesn't have an MP plate. Final boss, anything that doesn't have an MP plate. Ozzy, one shots a lot of people if done correctly. Vet Cena, probably not going to do as high damage, but needs to. Sent it. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see here. Can I... Okay, so, for yours, Viva La Raza, Eddie, CM Punk, Piggy, and Solo. Can you get Solo to 6-star bronze today? Like, do you have the ability to do that? Do you have the resources? If not, that's okay. I'd still focus him. I'm going to wait for the questions to be answered. But I'll go down this route because you have something similar to me. Okay, so for your kit, I would only use CM Punk against every single 6-star silver in existence that pops up in front of you. Basically, you're only going to be running Punk. The Piggy, I would do Joe Gacy against basically 6-star bronze strikers and anything below. For Viva La Raza Eddie, I would go with probably Powerhouse or Tex. No, Powerhouse or Acros and below. Because he actually isn't that bad with his double green into finisher setup. That one's really not bad. No, I don't have aggressive tricks for shards. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. You can do Solo against 6-star bronze and below. 5-star gold Solo is still good against 6-star bronze techs and below. Basically, Punk is going to be your end-all be-all card. Let's put it that way. Punk is going to be the one that erases everything. I highly, 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 highly recommend you don't fight a single fucking 6-star gold. Not a single one. Unless your teammate is super, super slow. I would focus 6-star silver, 6-star bronze, and everything below before you even consider taking on a 6-star gold. Also, in that same sentence, check the 6-star gold's belt. Make sure that they don't have T6s. If they have T6 full set, T6, you're not going to win. Period. End of conversation. There's no way around that one. You will not win. And this time and place within the game, T6 wipes almost everything or slows everything down to a halt. But ultimately, that's how I would run that. I would see if there's probably one more possibility for a add-on in that middle row on the far right where it's open. Maybe get another 6-star silver in there just in case Punk fails. But yeah, outside of that, that's how I would run that. Now, if it was in this sort of situation here, we'll get to this one. Razar stun locks Acros and wins quickly. So I would do Razar only against Acros. Ray, 2 shots on strikers, irregardless. So I know for a fact Ray is going to go against strikers. Technicians for Solo, because Solo one-shots all techs. Now, the problem with this whole deal is I only have one surefire universal destroyer, and that is Ozzy. So, if I'm going into this, and I'm going into the fight, I have gone 8 minutes already. I have used Razar, I've used Ray, I've used Solo. Punk Strap is all Fury 3. I don't know if it's T6. If it's Fury 3, then it's T6. Fury 2 is T5. Fury can be T5 or T4. But Fury 3 is T6. So you're good there. If Punk is full Fury 3, that 100%, and the gem damage All of them are max level basically, because you need if you have T6 Fury 3 medals, they need to be maxed out. For the highest possible potential you can get out of it, they need to be maxed. And it's really not hard to max them out now because it is 882,000 with the strap pass. I think it's like a little over a million strap parts or metal parts, and they sell in the prize wall shop for 1,000 some odd coin or prize wall shit. I'll show you. Fuck it. It's hard for me to explain this. So if you go into here, you go down to the WrestleMania Fallout Week prize wall. Scroll all the way down here, and I'm pretty sure I bought all of mine yesterday. Is it this one? No. It's 11. I think it's this one. I think it's the mid-sized Mania Pack. Yes, it is. The mid-sized Mania Pack 2. There was 4 of them available, or 3 or 4, but there's 2 million metal bit parts in this. Did you do the gym defense as well? That's the biggest one. Gym defense is huge. Right now in this meta, gym damage is the strongest, so having the gym defense is going to be the strongest. But this mid-sized Mania Pack 2 offers 2 million metal bits. So you're able to get 2 million, and at least, at bare minimum, with that one purchase, you're going to get one of the tier or T6 medals completely maxed out. Strap pass or otherwise. So always look in here. This, in my opinion, all of this shit up here is meant for heavy spenders. So your Devil's Drip, your Chemical X, the Lion's Gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4 moments. 2 of which a lot of people already have. A lot of these are for the big spenders who get the milestones off the wall or off of the portal. The neck breaker and everything is fine. But basically, how every free-to-play player should focus is the big time power-up pack and below. There is one hidden gem in here, which is the ultimate buffet pack. This is really nice if you've been able to save for a while and you got a lot of shit. I think it did, but my overall gem defense for the strap is like 108, I think. That's good. That is solid. That's the reason why you need to work those up, because anything that you fight that's Fury 2 or Fury is not going to be able to kick out of what you've got. So, and I'll use this example right now. This is what I was wanting to show off anyways. We're going to go to Showdown. In my eyes, the revamped Showdown is fucking amazing. Because this is treated, in my eyes, like a regular feud. Without the tags. Because I don't have any tag link here between Ozzy and Radical Seth. All I have is promoter. So let's go in against this Cena, for instance. First things first. Can we check belts? Yes, we can. Bonus. Let's look down at the belts. Give me the belt. Oh, that's what I meant to check. It's up here. 150% move damage. 100% all move damage. So he is T6'd out. So that is not going to be a good fight for me. It'll be good. It just won't go as well as what I would hope. Let's check on this JBL. No, bonus. 40% all gem. Okay, cool. So he does not have a lot rocking with him, so we'll fight him with Ozzy. Make sure Ozzy is set up exactly the way I want Ozzy set up for feud. Beautiful. And we'll go in and fight. Ozzy is completely armor 2'd out. That is T6 across the board. So, we have 114 million health for me, 123 million health for JBL. We're going to do our normal rotations here. Let's see if there's anything worth value that's not black. Let's go right here for that. We're going to hit the Hellraiser. Boop. Can confirm, I fought the 6-star gold SE Cena in the event tour with Punk hit for 21. Perfect. So there you go. That's on tour. Tour is a little bit different than Showdown, but that does give you a good perspective. I fucked up. I forgot JBL has the steel move. But let's see what sort of damage he does to me. This is a good perspective. I fucked up. I forgot. He's going to hit that, and he might take me out for all I know. I don't have JBL, so I've completely forgot he has that move, or that gem damage reversal. He actually hits for a shit ton, so that's good to know. And we're still going to try and kick out here. Boom. There we go. We're fine. Everything's fine. This is a bad matchup, which, if you're in feud, is perfect because mistakes do happen. You forget every once in a while what cards do what. So when you run into this moment, you should be able to go and get yourself out, hopefully. We can't pump up the move, so that's good. This is just a bad matchup. So now I know, for feud, don't do this matchup. Which I would anyways, I would do class advantage. Let's go here, breaking all of that. That is fantastic. Then the Aussie plate's going to kick in. Breaking more, hitting more, doing more. Let's see. 21 million health. Drop. He still kicked out. So this is a very shit example, and I kind of regret doing this. But, it proved something to me. One, really poor matchup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the health after I die, because I'm about to die. JBL is just a tricky bitch. Okay, this is a very poor example. I will give myself that. Very, very, very poor example. It said cry me a river, too. That kind of sucks. He slapped me in the face. All right. This is going to be a better example, because this is what I wanted to show. I would do class advantage anyways. I'd go for the trickster. Or technicians. You're set there, so we're fine. Okay. Let's get our health back. Boop. There we go. All right. Let's try and fight. Because CM Punk can't bounce. Or it was that freaking move steal really threw me off. Big time. Because I didn't get to do the damage necessary. And who knows? I probably would have won that. Some way, shape, or form, I could have won that. Okay, we're going to take this up to here. We're going to hit our Hellraiser. He's got 105 million health. So this is good knowledge to know. Don't take Ozzy up against JBL because I can't do the gym buff. That's good knowledge to have. Boop, 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 boop. Trigger the Aussie plate. Boom, boom. Polissima. Look at that. Look at all that go. All right, 36. And he didn't kick out. So we're Golden Grand. So we know that wins. That's good. So that confirms for the mental state of anyone who has questions on what they're going to fight against with their Aussie. Clearly, it can do well up against a CM Punk tech. So with that knowledge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Solo for one tech, Aussie for a second tech. If I feel it necessary, I'll take Aussie in against a... I know that he's going to hit for about 40 mil. So that's going to go up against a striker, potentially, because strikers have anywhere between 40 and 60 million health. Sometimes they have more, depending on the belt. They have the lowest health pool, that's for sure. What did I say? It's a powerhouse, tech, striker. Those three. That's what I would take in the Aussie against. For final boss rock, obviously, I'm going to want to go against a trickster, because class advantage. So ultimately, what I would do here is I would look at the tricksters that they have. First off, always check the belt. Always, always, always check the belt. Make sure that they do not have an MP plate on them, period. If they have an MP plate on them, do not take a submission card up against that. Don't do that. Don't. It's the same equivalent as what it used to be a year, 2 years ago when we had the anti-submission plate that guaranteed went off every single fucking time. That's exactly what MP plates are now. The AI will run it so damn perfectly that while in submission, they will still charge up their moves. And they will still go off on you. And they will probably beat you. That's just reality. So don't ever take submission up against anything with an MP plate. It's not going to go well for you. Yes, there are those super rare occasions where it does work for you because the board just was not in the AI's favor. But you got to understand it is an AI. This is a challenge. This is a game. It is not meant to hand you shit. So ultimately, what's going to come of it is the AI, more often than not, will trigger the MP plate to get their moves ready to go. And they will do a lot of damage and they will stall out your time. So with Final Boss Rock, I'm gonna avoid every single MP plate. I'm gonna go for those 99 MPers to get those down if Rowan has fallen. I used the Leech Gem move with Gacy. Does like 13 million damage because those leeches do crazy damage for 6-star bronze. Would that be enough for a 6-star silver striker or acro since they got lower health pools? That's a solid question. 18 million damage, 13 million damage. What's the primary color for that? I'm assuming it's yellow. There's no negative to any gems. So yeah, I would probably do that. Is it turn 1? That's the question. That is the question that always needs answered. Is it turn 1? Are you doing a setup for it? Do you need an extra turn to be able to pull off what it is you need to pull off? Everything always needs to be turn 1 as efficiently as humanly possible. Okay, so belly to belly suplex. Increase your yellow MP by 5. Okay. 1x2 area. Make 9 random gems into a 2x6. Weird. The red gem damage is going to come in handy. That's for fucking sure. And then they got the row breaks. Okay, so it would be this. For this particular moveset. Sting and Davey Piper would make it turn 1, I think. Okay. Huh. She's 7 gems to make into yellow gems. And then you have the Uranagi. Okay. Are you running it triple or triple red? Is that what she said? Okay. So I had to answer somebody real quick. Okay, so what exactly does 1x6 area that deal 1.7? Okay. No, I choose Leech Finisher. Okay, Leech Finisher. Well, Leech and a Finisher. So you're doing the diving clothesline with the Uranagi. Stop it. And the corner whip clothesline. I will and try out triple red if you think that it's guaranteed turn 1 with no real issues. That's guaranteed. What I would do is I would go, okay, let me reset this moves because you need to have a fluidity within your moveset. Overhead belly to belly. Into the Uranagi. Into the corner whip clothesline. So, if you're looking for a potential one shot at 6-star bronze, only at 6-star bronze, essentially what I would do is hit the overhead belly to belly suplex. Then I'd hit the Uranagi, choosing a column that has very few row break gems. Then I would take the corner whip clothesline and try and blow up the board to the best of my possible ability. That is meaning using column break kind of ways. It would be going 4 on one to do the column break up, 4 in another to do the column break up, hitting row breaks, just completely destroying the entire board. That's what I would do there. For trainers, I'd obviously go gem damage since I know you don't have Dexter. You have Bradshaw, so I'd throw Bradshaw on there because it is going to be 30 some odd random row breaks. So having that extra 75% there is going to be very, very beneficial. And I know for a fact you have Bradshaw. Which begs the question, why isn't Bradshaw on this lineup? You need to throw Bradshaw into one of those open slots, especially if he's 6-star bronze. Because I think he's 6-star bronze and 6-star silver for you. You definitely throw in Bradshaw. And then if you got Striker Bianca, throw Bianca onto Joe Gacy here. 1, she increases or gives you 1 extra row break. 2, You take her up high enough, that turns into 100%. You can't choose, it's random. Okay, cool. Well, then you just hit it and you let it go. Yeah, that's essentially how that goes. I would hit the Uranagi after you hit the row break. Do your row break first and foremost. Well, then there's into Bradshaw. Oh, well, that sucks because Bradshaw is one of your other bread and butters. Okay, so yeah, essentially this is how I would run this. Go Piggy. No, I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna put the levels into it because I need those shards. But essentially, this actually is not bad damage on his end. 673, 504. Joe actually might not be too bad. I think he'd cap at 6-star silver though. I don't think he'd be turn 1 6-star gold. Ever. Yeah, I don't see him being a 6-star gold turn 1 6-star gold. That's for sure. But either way, that's what I would do. I would go overhead belly to belly, hit the Uranagi, use the corner whip clothesline to blow up the entire board to the best of my possible ability. Then, if you ever get lucky enough to pull it, let's go down to where's your ass at, Rabbit? Oh, Rabbit. I bypassed him. I think I maxed him out. Yep. You ever get lucky enough to get the insatiable hunger plate, the piggy plate? This is going to help you out drastically with Joe. Joe will get stronger here, hopefully. And then if anything, if you get down the rabbit hole, that will help too. So Buzzard Beak doesn't really help, but this will. 1, 2, 3. Counted that coming up. All right. We'll get back to the other lineup here because I got to change this back here in a second. So basically, once it's all said and done, class advantage first and foremost. Razar stun lock, so there's the acro taken out. Solo, one shots text, so that's that taken out. Hall of Fame Ray, striker, take out. Then check your time. America's Top 10 showboat list. He was apparently an honorable mention for being able to one-shot things with one click. Was that during the with one click? That had to have been during the 99 MP move or time period for him. I don't see it going very well right now. I would see it doing well with Showboat Finn as a trainer with Sting, Showboat Finn, increase the red move damage, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Maybe I'll work him up for shits and giggles because I went all white at 6-star gold anyways. So maybe I'll work him up, see how he feels. But once I'm done with Razar, Solo, and Hall of Fame Ray, I'm going to check where my teammate is at. If my teammate, say I have 4 people left, my teammate only has 1 left, bow out. At that point, bow out. Do not get into another fight. What you want to do is that shows you that your teammate was faster than you. Let them finish it off. Let them go through it. Don't waste time. Okay? That's as simple as that. We put a scenario in place here. Let me get all this shit registered back out. This is not a flex. This is knowledge. All right. Devon was in that spot. Because that's going to give the +1 MP charge, which is going to allow me for me to do shenanigans, if I remember correctly. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it gives me shenanigans. Okay, so we're going to come back to that here in a bit, so I'm going to switch out trainers. All right, now I'm trying to remember where everything was at, because I had them in very specific locations for a reason. Really, it's not that hard to go back to. All these showboats, and only one of them is worth a damn. An OTC. Okay. So, let's say I'm in a feud with somebody who is running that same lineup I was just running. And I'm running this lineup. Okay? In 8 minutes, I'm already going to be done. I'm going to be at least 1, maybe 2 wins off of being done. If it took them 8 minutes to get through those 3 cards, bow out. Bow out, tag in your partner, go and say, hey, bud, This is what I've got. Okay. I cannot go faster. I can only go slower. So it's either I waste your time and mine, or I just give it up to you. And at that time, what I'll do is I'll jump on it, I'll wipe out their big boys, and I'll give them the last remaining pieces of table scraps. Essentially, you want to go with your severity or with your speed. How are you feeling? Precisely that. What he posted. That one. Left my ass off. So, essentially, it's going to come down to communication at that point. Now, I know I'm bouncing around because I've had a lot of different things pop up. But essentially, what it comes down to is speed. It comes down to timing. It comes down to taking down what you can take down in the window of time you can take it down with. There is nothing wrong ever with giving up your lineup to somebody else to take down. There's nothing wrong with it because essentially all you're doing is by being stubborn and continuing to fight something that is taking too long for you, you're not going to go well. Okay, so I do know that people want to chase the unicorn. I do know that people want to move or GM. Yep. Okay. I know people want to make it up on the leaderboards. Not on the leaderboards, but get through the milestones. That's the best one. They want to get through the milestones. That's why I'm running low at the moment. Haven't been in a top 100 faction in a while, so I have no idea what I'll face against or how much I will struggle. Quite a bit, to be honest with you. You're running at 102,000, so you'll probably run into quite a bit of 5-star golds and 6-star bronzes. That is a possibility. However, there are people with the same thought process, which is I can toss on 3 6-star golds and still be able to win. There are people out there that run your level of power with only 3 cards because those are their 3 cards that they need. So if it wasn't for the fact that I like to chase leaderboard, if it wasn't for the fact that I like to, as they say, swing the big dick, I would be lower. I would have a much lower run. Let's see if I can switch some things out here, and maybe I can kind of prove what I'm talking about here. John here. John there. I'm rotating some things, so this is gonna take half a fucking second, and then replace you with Taker or Ozzy, whichever one I see first. Taker. Replace you with OTC. Bam. So I believe I can actually. Okay. Yep. See here? I've already seen like 3 people in my faction doing that as well, so definitely. Yep. So right here, I could run Ozzy, John, and OTC. I am only 5K. I am 5,630 points higher than you. So I would pair against you every single time. And I guarantee you, your lineup here can't handle this. 1,000% can't handle it. So you'll get in a good shot. You'll get in a good hit. But ultimately, my lineup will drop you. So if you were to go into a fight tomorrow or tonight with that lineup and this is what you see, don't try it. Don't. Look at your teammate and see what they have. See who they're fighting. Go and ask them flat out. Tag them multiple times. If you have to wait, you're going to wait. But you ask them, hey, you have 3 6-star golds. I don't have anything. So I need for you to take these guys out. Can I have your fodder? That's as simple as that. Can I have your fodder? Can I have your 6-star or your 6-star silvers, your 6-star bronzes, or your 5-star golds? All your cheap, easy wins. Can I have those? And I'll give you my 6-star golds. It's ultimately an exchange
of points, one's going to be higher than the other. If you try to fight my lineup with what you have here, you're going to fail. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I cannot stress that enough. You will lose, it will hurt, and you'll get angry. When you get angry, you don't want to play anymore. When you don't want to play anymore, you don't get points. Why did I grab freaking OTC? I want rabbit. Give me my rabbit. Thank you. Okay. Side note, in the best way possible, as a buddy. F you for that muscle man. I'm a huge brave. Yep. Yep. And I'll do this again. There you go. You realize how long it took for me to get Bray? That's over multiple thousands of dollars spent in polls since his release over a year ago. And I just got him last week. Thousands of dollars spent trying to get him. And I got him because of shards. And also because I got John. That helped out a ton. But yeah, Bray is next on my list to get the 6-star gold. Once he gets the 6-star gold, I'm gonna be hitting the pavement hard trying to get the affiliation strap for strikers because I'd like to run. Actually, no, Rabbit goes away, and Bray and OTC become my main strikers. Bray is 1000% my boy, and once I get him, actually set up and everything, I'm gonna be putting the Hogan plate on him, the Hulkamaniac plate, and then this red Royal Rumble plate. I have them sitting to the side waiting, so that way I can put him on there. He will destroy. He will be one of my killers. He will be one of my one-shot ponies, without a doubt. Like, yeah, I'm pretty much. It took me 8 years. It took me 8 years to finally be in a position where I have one hitters across the board, where I'm able to compete at a pretty high level. And yeah, I'm not upset with it. But essentially, the way I'm getting at this, especially for your lineup and others that are of or similar nature here, give me just a minute. If you do not mind, I am going, or no, I won't show it off. I'll just tell it. 6-star Silver Punk, 6-star Bronze Viva La Raza Eddie, 6-star Bronze Joe Gacy, and then 5-star Gold Solo. If you are running that, there's no problem with that at all. People got to start somewhere. That's how that goes. And that is a beautiful start. CM Punk is a destroyer. He is a destroyer, universal destroyer. He is not locked into a specific class advantage thing that you have to use. Solo is specifically against technicians. So that's great, especially if the opponent's running multiple technicians. Joe, I don't know how well Joe does. I'm assuming Joe does not do the greatest in the world because he was the free card. However, I am interested and will be taking him 6-star gold after I take Jade Cargill 6-star gold. Viva La Raza Eddie is not bad at 6-star gold, but he also does not hit very hard. I had 100% on him with the buzzard beak plate. He still did not hit very hard. But again, I gotta add levels to it. So if this is how I was running Eddie. Because I got his 6-star gold fuse. This is what I was doing. And this previous. This is how I was running him. Green gem damage, green gem damage, green gem damage. All for the finisher. So this really did not hit the greatest in the world. I was not super excited with how hard this hit. The 50% increase was great. Now, I'm sure there's possibly a different way to run it. Steal 3 million health. Oh, that's neat. Maybe this is the way to run it. Double blue. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, low blow into 3 amigos. Yep. Probably the better way to run it. Probably how I should have ran it. I did not take the time to look this through. Give me a minute here. I'm cooking. That sits at a 4x4 area. Okay. If opponent's class is Technician, first deal 487,000 damage and increase your purple move damage by 120%. That's not bad, actually. That'll be about 3 million damage there. Trying to see here. What could benefit this? Trickster Dom. Trickster Xavier. Showboat Nakamura for that 100% steal, making it 6 million. Yeah, probably blue gem damage as the last one, the 12k. Sheamus, there we go. King Sheamus. That'd be the other one. King Sheamus. I can do a lineup for Tech Cody for SmackDown, HR, Cena for Showboat, Chain Gang, and then, of course, CM Punk. That run-up runs into a lot of problems. Do that lineup, send me a screenshot. Send me a screenshot of what you think would be best. Or of what you're thinking there. And I'll tell you. Interesting. I don't like that moveset. I don't like it personally. That's not you. I'm talking about something else I just saw. But yeah, this would work really well against Technicians. Obviously, especially, I think level 15 is 6-star bronze. Yeah, level 15 to level 19, so that's probably 5-star gold, actually. Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be any better, but for sure. Let me just throw it at me. I'll tell you. That's cool. Yeah, just toss it at me. I'll tell you. Because the way I'm looking at this right now is you may not need solo. You might be able to run Cody. You may be able to run your two strongest techs in Cody and CM Punk with Viva La Raza and Joe Gacy. That might be one of your better plays. Keep clicking the wrong things here. That might be your best bet. But honestly, I actually kind of like this setup, and I would probably try this at some point. I really should have ran this instead of the green, but the green actually worked out so well. But this is tech specific, so that's fucking solid. Yeah. And then that being up there. So my the metal 1000%. Fury 2 or Fury 3, and it's purple. Percentile. Purple percentile increase. For sure. That would help. And ultimately, now, I'm just going to bring this up, and I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to wait. Because when I see the lineup, I'm going to tell you exactly how you should run it, and who to run it against, and I'm going to increase that fucking speed of yours, dude. Mikado, I'm going to get you exactly where you need to go, bro. That's what's happening. And I see there's a second viewer. If you want to hop on in, and you want to chitter chat, you want to bring up that lineup, because you're worried about your speed, or you want to know something, you just let me know, big guy. Oh, look, there's me. Oh, that's nifty. Okay. Switch out Chain Gang Cena for Viva La Raza Eddie. First and foremost. There is no question in my mind that's how that needs to go. So you want Viva La Raza Eddie. That double blue into the finisher. 1000%. I realize that you do not have you may not have Showboat Nakamura. I don't think you do. If you do, slap that on Viva La Raza Eddie. If you don't, then don't worry so much about it. Just throw that on there. Is that 3 million damage or health steal is going to be fucking clutch for you. 1000% against any other 6-star bronze or 5-star gold. 5-star gold, that steal move will just kill them off. Like the 6-star gold or 5-star golds, I believe only cap at like 4 million health. It's been so long since I fought those consistently that I cannot for the life of me remember. Damn. I really wish I had that head shrinker. It had to be Lawler and Clubber, but then I'm not turn 1. Then don't worry about the health steal portion on that one being increased. It's already doing 3 million damage, so you're fine. So, do you have Viva La Raza Eddie's moves maxed out? Where they're at? If you do, send me a screenshot of that so I can see where you're sitting. Got a strap on chain so he hits for 10 million and stays 100%. Is it turn 1 though? Is it turn 1 10 mil or is it turn 3? Chain gain I have not messed with in so long. And his name is John Cena. Chain gang. Yes, mine is 6-star bronze. That's 0 damage right there, so that's only based off of cascades. And what's over here? 3x4 area. Gerardo Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're back recording champions. Soon we'll be competing for the War Score at Bourbon. Yeah, damn straight we will, buddy. We will. I will be going as hard as... I'm still fighting you guys. Technically, I still look at your guys' leaderboards, and I still try and match that as best as I possibly can. Okay, so 5-knuckle shuffle. Modify a 6x3 area into reinforced gems. 6x3 area into yellow gems. That's 21. That's 21. That's not bad, actually. 6x3. 6x3. That's guaranteed. That's 21. So that's guaranteed going to auto pen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. 10 random reinforced gems into heal gems. That doesn't matter. Heal gems are taking away from the damage, not helping increase the damage. Make 5 random heal gems into multiplied gems of strength 3. Does that increase? Does not. Stays 3. Okay, so triple red looks interesting. The blue gems I'm not sold on, but the sit out powerbomb I am. Okay, so the sit out hip toss. 3x4 area into heal gems. Make 5 random heal gems. Does that 5 change? Okay, so 5. So a 3x4 area. That'll be 12 in total. So that would mean... this is rough. You would need bow. You would need bow for this to work. You would definitely need bow. You would need the top row for it to be immediate turn 1. Chain gang Cena is rough. There's no question there. The 6x3 area into reinforce is really not too bad. Because essentially it is 6x3 area and hitting that. But since he's an acro, might just be better to go with the blue. Might be better just to go with the triple red. Alright, so triple red wise, you're looking at 12 heal gems. 5 of those are getting turned into multiplied gems of strength 3. Then you have your blue gems that come from that. Pyro Princess Plate. it would have to be Bo or Uncle Howdy in the coach spot for this to actually be of any sort of value with TMNT Leo. But you could get away with Memrock. It's 6. So if your middle row, wait. It is +1 move charge and then 25% for multiply. Okay, so this Mikado, this is you're gonna be your. This is the route I would go. Red gem net or red move charge, so it's gonna be +1. These are 6s. So you have Sting. Do you have Mosh? Mosh is gonna be the one that's gonna tell you. Yeah, if you've got Mosh. So let me lay it out this way. Because none of that shit changes. This is how I would run this. Move charge. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Let's go with Butch. Because I already know where he's at. Butch. Generate gems. I wish there was a search bar here. Search bar would be super nice. Alright, that's blue gems. Mosh. Okay. I know you have Memrock. So I'll go with that. And then gem damage. Blue gems right there. This is how I'd run it for Feud. Because on bottom row, you have the +1 move charge to red moves, and then 25% increased multiplied gem damage. These 3, Mosh or somebody who can increase the amount of multiplied gems. So a Sin Cara or Mosh in that slot. Memrock, King Sheamus in slots and coach slots. If you do not have King Sheamus at 12k gem damage, try and get him there as quickly as possible. Or just go and put in multiply gem damage or something. Yeah, change that to the 3. Change that to the triple red. That's not going to help you. Multiply gem is what's going to help you the most here. Because the heal gems are great. You're doing 4 million damage off of that, which is awesome. I mean, the damage is there, but you need to be able to increase. You're going to be going up against showboats, and showboats have the highest health pool. So I mean, if you can one shot any 5-star gold, you could probably one shot a 6-star bronze. But you're ultimately opening yourself up for a potential cascade. Because you have to make 9 gems, or you have to break 9 blue, you have to break 9 blue gems to get that finisher charged. You only have 12 gems to break before you pin the opponent. So there is still a chance of you cascading. But with this triple red, there is no way, or there's no risk of cascading because you're wanting to cascade. So if you can make the majority into multiply gems, you can have them increased in damage. With that 100% gem damage belt, you should be hitting for quite a bit. This is how I would run Chain Gang Cena for this feud. This would be the fastest. For sure. This would be the fastest. I shouldn't say for sure the fastest. For sure, it is the safe bet. For sure, no risk of involuntary cascade because you are voluntarily trying to get the board to explode. In a manner of speaking. Probably the same amount of damage. But you can do Sin Cara instead of Mosh. Mosh is just better. Okay, so worry about Mosh later, but I guarantee you have Sin Cara, right? Yeah, just do Sin Cara then. So replace, generate, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Where are you, you masked luchador? And it also creates another blue gem. So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. So you're solid. Let's see if there's... Does he go any higher? I don't think... I think I have him at trainer cap. Yeah, I have trainer cap. Okay. But see, there you go. It's still 9 random gems. You're getting 1 other blue gem. This is going to do a lot better. It's going to be safer. It's going to be faster. But you got to pick and choose who you're going against. You're in the really, 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 really murky area. You are in the calm before the storm. Or not the calm before the storm. You are in the darkest before the light portion hits. Because you have great cards. You just need to have them leveled up a little bit more. Let's look at that showboat Cena real quick. Oh, look, mine's right there. This piece of garbage. We made him better. Did you, though? Did ya? I don't know about that. See how the yellow move. Make 8 random yellow gems into reinforced gems. Choose 10 gems to make into yellow gems. Deal however much damage that is for 9 gems into green gems. That's shit. So it'd be here. It would be here. And it would be here. Yes. That's 1,000,000 damage. So that's not bad. Decrease your gems, or your countdown gems. 3x3 area, that'll make 10 random gems. So that is 3x3 area. So that's board explosion. Okay. So you don't need a you're only going to be using gem damage. This one would be Butch. Probably just a regular +2 red MP. Yeah. Because you need 7. 4 from Butch. 5 from start of match. 6 from the red move. So it would be Machu Goldberg. I think he's 12k. No. Okay, you just haven't put levels into yours yet. Okay, that makes sense because you don't have that much coin. Once you put, oh no, what's mine at? 25. Yours is at 27, so yours is just a little bit stronger than mine. 39,000 damage. You got 50%. That is 19. If you've got a 50% yellow gem damage coat or trainer, because it's 6-star gold, it's about no, literally Charlotte. Oh my god, I think Charlotte actually made this. I don't know. I know you don't have Charlotte, but that is fucking awesome to know about. Like, that's fucking sick. You got Santa Hogan at the where he has the +1 MP Mikado, because that's gonna be kind of, I need to know that one. Goldberg. Let's see here. Best I can do is Shane. Shane's not a bad choice. Do you have Santa Hogan? Shane is definitely not a bad choice. 9k. Okay, so your Santa Hogan is 9k. So no, I don't. Okay. That sucks, Donkey Dick. I don't know how else to explain that one. That sucks, Donkey Dick. Yeah, Shane would have been your best choice there if you had Santa Hogan. So ultimately, you're just wanting, you're needing to do. This is gonna be a low ball, honestly. Gem damage wise, really, ultimately, gem damage wise on the coaches, it would be. I know you don't have Zombie Sammy. Hall of Fame Taker. I'm looking. Braun Striker Braun or Hall of Fame Taker. Then you're gonna want the red MP in both of these slots, and then yellow gem damage here or NWO Hogan, because that one's gonna be the bread and butter. But let's see here if there's any other options. There's a submission. The submission doesn't look like it does too bad. 6 turns. What do they turn into afterwards? 15 random gems for 6 turns. Okay, so they don't turn into shit, so there is no recycle there. There is no recycle. Period. Like what? Oh, okay. Well, there's another one. The sit out hip toss into the sit out power bomb into the standing drop kick. I still don't like it though. It's only 9. It only does 70 or 833,000 damage for every bonus damage for every reinforced gem. Do you have Hall of Fame Yoko? That'd be Butch, Shane, Striker Braun, and maybe Kishi. Do you have Hall of Fame Yoko at Max Trainer? Because this is something to find out too. Equip to here. Equip to here. Equip to here. Okay. So I'm gonna go here, hit that, and I'm gonna max this out because I need to know damage wise. Okay. And then this is gem damage. Need Hall of Fame Yoko. Where are you bastard? Hall of Fame Yoko. That is not bad. Alright, generate gems. Let's see if we have generate of reinforce. Look at Showboat, Andre. No Hall of Fame Yoko. Fuck! Who did you have in that spot before? Put Joe in there. Don't put Showboat Cena. Put Joe back where Hall of Fame Cena's at. You have good hit with Cody, you have a good hit with Chain Gang, and you have good hit with Punk. Joe will help you with strikers. Those are the 4 you run. Irresistible force. That's not bad. If you could turn or create that 5 more, that would help out Cena a lot. But you need the. Unfortunately, you need Santa Hogan for that to work out the way it needs to. So your fastest run for this one will be, in my humble opinion, Cody, Joe Gacy, Chain Gang Cena running the triple red, and CM Punk. You're gonna run into trainer conflicts because 3 of those guys are multiply. So if you're running into trainer conflicts, switch off Chain Gang for Viva La Raza. That gives you Cody and CM Punk as your only 2 multiply gem users. It'd be kick ass if you have an affiliation strat for Memrock, but if you don't, you're either going to be bouncing trainers or doing something different, but bouncing trainers isn't that big of a deal. With how you're running, you're only going to be looking for 6-star bronzes and 6-star silvers and below. 6-star silver and below. That's how you're going to be running that. But ultimately, you should be, with your area here, against 6-star silver and below, you should be able to win within 5 minutes, or within roughly a 10-minute window, you should be able to win all your 6-star silver and below fights and leave your 6-star golds for your teammate. That's what's going to help out the most. That's going to help you. That's going to help them. And definitely 1000% keep in touch. Because I only have 1 modern tech strap. So either nerf Punk, make him 1 shot, or just use Cody instead. Okay, that's a toughie. Don't use Cody. I would put... Shit, that's difficult. That is very, very difficult. I know what I would do in these regards. I would stick with the first lineup that you have. That would be my perspective on it. Is the first lineup that you have is solid. You have low enough roster power where you will be running into a lot of 5-star golds and a lot of 6-star bronzes. You will potentially run into a few 6-star golds that are. You'll probably run into low power lineups that are all 6-star golds at that point. You're just throwing up your hands and seeing if your teammate has 6-star bronzes or below for you to fight, and maybe they have 6-star golds to win. You're in the communication era, that's for sure. With your roster, you're going to want to communicate with your teammates hardcore. So anybody you pair with, if they have 6-star golds, they need to take out your 6-star golds and leave you the 6-star silvers and below. That's just kind of a given fact. Ooh. If I had even a 20% strap on Cody, Fury 2s would still make him go back to that 11 mil. Even if it makes him go back to the 11 mil, that's still a 6-star bronze shot. The way I always perceived it, when I had a lineup that looked exactly like yours, gem damage is gem damage. We all want the 150 or the 100% gem damage belts. We all want to have those top tier belts. But gem damage is gem damage is gem damage. Even 20% still plays a role. Let's see here. I think there was one I had that didn't have good gem damage on it. While I'm standing here, or while I'm sitting here, I'm going to double check, make sure all my stuff's set up correctly. That's a nice bling bling moment. And then Devon. Okay, you're in middle row. So I can go move charge. I can go Hogan. I can go Roman. Yep, I can go Hogan. I can go Roman. Put you on. And then put Mosh on. Perfection. And then make sure we have our promoter. I think Cena I'm going to set up for multiply gem use. For sure. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Never, ever, ever count a card out until you look at the belts. Do I have another affiliation belt? I do not. Because it's on Memrock. Memrock is far more important than Mosh. Mosh, for all I give a fuck, can stay there. Because then I can go over to John and I can just throw on Sin Cara because I already got Sherry on him. See, win, win, win all the way around. This is how you balance. You find that balance. What can you use? What can't you use? What I can do is ensure that all my stuff hits for a lot. Alright, 50% war score there. Which brings up the question, do I run Taker this feud? Do I need to run Taker this feud? Of course I do. Because it's reasons. Let's see here. Pervious. Who is Sensational Sherry on? The two most important ones it needs to be on. We need to check Dexter first. Hold on. Hold on a tit. Hold on to your tit. Okay. This is where it comes down to problems. Y'all, this is where it comes down to problems. Now I've got a lot of one-shotters that are going to be using up a lot of my tokens. Scoop back. I don't think I can run Taker for this feud. As much as I want to run Taker, as much as I love Taker, I don't think I can run him for this feud. Which reminds me. Cody Plate. I need the Nightmare. How many Nightmare plates do I have? That was 2. I have 2 Nightmare plates. I don't need to put the Nightmare plate on John. Maxine has Piper plate, so that takes that off of Hall of Fame Ray. Ray's not a good choice here. Kofi sucks. Grayson is 2 turns. KO is way too much. Let me look at Sheamus real quick. Can't take Sheamus up. So he's not worth my time right now. It's gotta be Taker. Taker's the only option. Okay. Are you 6? You are 6. I can't run Sherry on you this run. I have to go down this route, which really is not that big of a deal. And then we'll bring Memrock over here just to ensure that. I'll put it at 11. Maybe I keep it at 10. I'm going to try Ozzy. We're going to run it into Showdown real quick, and I want to see how hard Dexter hits. Save. We're going to run into Showdown. I think I got one more fight left. I do. Okay. Need to check Dexter. Again, if anybody has ever any questions on how their card is going to hit, go into Showdown. You may not play Showdown every single day. You got 3 chances on every single day to try out your cards to see how much damage they actually do. So don't bat an eye at this. It's actually worth the monetary value. Oh, and by the way, 6-star bronze original Tech J actually did do really well with tier 3s. Outside of that, he sucked ass. Okay, so just because we're in Showdown and I want to get something out of this, throw on that promoter. Okay, so this is how I'm going to be running Dexter for the feud. Okay, we're going to set that there, and let's go with Ray, because I see a lot of this Ray, the Raphael Ray. Okay, let's see what damage he does without Sherry and without Memrock. Get here. We're at 99 million health. Choose 2 rows. We'll go here. And then the finisher. Okay, he's down to 76 million health. Oh, we're fine. We don't even need the gem modifiers. Fan-fucking-tastic. I love Dexter. Oh, I forgot the moment. Yep, the moment. I don't need gem modifiers. Okay, so Dexter's fine. Dexter is set up to just kill everything. So we're good there. Okay, so Dexter is set now. Who is on Devon? Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is set up perfectly the way we want it to be. Awesome. So that allows for me to put Sherry in other locations. You're 4, you're 4, perfect. You got Matt, you got Mem, you got Jade. Okay. Fantastic. You're set. Now let's look at Taker. Taker, I have, it's a 6 spot, right? Yeah, it's 6. So I need to put Santa. Okay, Santa's on there. Perfect. So then we'll go to gem modifiers. We'll go with Sherry. And then Memrock. Nope, no Memrock. Memrock is on John. So, gem damage now. Let's go with yellow gems. Because why not? And for yellow gems, I want Zombie Sammy. 30%. Now, another thing, no, that's the only way to do this. You are not going to hit that insanely hard, but you will hit hard enough. So that'll be 13. It'll be 16. It'll be a 16 on the multiply gems. So this should run to absolute perfection. And then we have Ozzy here set up for his destruction. Now, the one thing I am curious about is what if I went a different route with this? Jeremy, what's going on? Don't forget the showdown is giving extra damage for green gems. Oh, okay. I did forget that, but thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Let me see. How much was the increase? Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate you, bud. Where is the information? There we go. Okay. So offensive, both. 50% health for superstars. Ruthless aggression +4 starting. Trickster, 20% gem damage to all gems on tricksters. Technician, 30% gem defense for all gems. 50% gem damage to leech. Okay. So the 25% gem damage to greens is only for tricksters. Am I reading that correctly? I just did a test match with Piggy against the Strapped Priest and Recruit Recap did 14 million. Like 9 to 10 million of it unblockable due to leech gem. Okay, cool. So yeah, basically, Mikado, I would stick with that first run that you did. Oh, okay, so it's a visual glitch. Fantastic. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate you. So the additional 20% all gems, and then so that's an additional 45%. Yeah, so additional 50%. So probably be hitting for about 78 mil, something like that. Either way, Dexter's still set without the gem modifiers because of the moment, so that helps out a ton. Super happy I got that moment. I don't know where I got it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. So that should set me up primarily for first feud being absolute chaos. Now, one thing I do need to check. Go over here. Go here because Cools is one of the coolest guys in the world and constantly posts the flash feud times and who's required. Okay, so I don't have the new Cena. I don't have the 2 special edition Cena, so I'm not worried about it. Logan, Acro, and any Dominic. You fucking serious? My Logan is 6-star silver. I do know that fucking much. How close are you? Are you getting close? Please. Please. 20 away. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. Alright, where's Logan? I already know what I'm going to be using for Dom, so I'm not too worried there. There's no search here. Okay, there's that piece of garbage. Okay. What strap can I throw? Ooh, I might have to take the indie strap off. Okay, choose a 3x6 area to make into multiply gems of strength 6. Choose 3 gems to or 3 blue gems to destroy. The pin bar won't move. 1x4 into green gems. So I hate this. I hate having to do this. But it is necessary because I will be... Oh my god, I'm running out of belt parts. Oh no. I gotta be careful here. I can't bounce around belts very much anymore. I've used a lot. Okay, so in use. So I'm gonna have to only bounce this between Indy and you for this one moment. That sucks. It is Flash Feud weekend, so that should indicate Pyro Princess always and forever goes on this one. I think I'm just gonna put the gem defense on it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the gem defense. That's gonna be the best choice. Okay, so I have 50 left. We're fine. That's move damage though. No, that's gem damage. We're fine. Yeah, we're okay. I shouldn't have to put metals on this because that's 200% to blues, but I'll still put metals on here. I'm not going to go with T6 because that's just silly. There's no real reason to do that. I'm looking for blue gem damage on the subset. That's not solid numbers. Alright, so this will be fine. This will be better because the health increase. Put that there. And then put that there. let's just do this. All right, so where does that put Blue Gem? 315% and then 265. It's not going to do much, but that'll help out when I put it back on Indy. Yeah, the 100K parts offer still in the prize wall if you've got the currency and don't care. You are awesome, Mikado. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Thank you for a reminder of that. You are amazing. What is this? What is that? Hustling flash feud prep. What? What does that do? Oh, that is neat. Okay, that's going to change some things. We're finding this out live, people. I did not know that that fucking existed. Where is it? Is it this one? Beautiful, and I can get 2 of them. Mikado, you are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you different, buddy. That was an amazing reminder. You are awesome. Fantastic. All right, now I can bounce around belts because Mikado knows his shit. What is in this? Let's look. Is there anything I'm going to want? Mommy, hustle, body. Ooh, that'd be nice to get to, but I'm not going to be spending that much money. I'm not seeing very many. I don't need any of those. I'm solid across that. Fuck you. Why is it that every time I get a card that I've been looking for, they go and give, or once I get the card, then they actually put the shards in the freaking shop that I can get to it. Oh my god, that's just a kick in the ass. Alright, well, obviously the 40,000, I'm probably going to be going for the strap parts. It's a decent prize wall. It really is. This is clutch for a lot of people who, that's 200 shards for Fatu, so that's going to be really good. Yeah. If I could get to here, I'd be happy with it, but she has a 100% gem damage belt, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, I'm not spending, so there's no point in looking at the top end. You can, I'd go for Charlotte shards. If anybody is looking for shards to go for Charlotte or Fatu. And then I might just have to go with resources here. Yeah, I'll probably wind up going with strap parts or one of these stupid things. But that's awesome. Now I don't have to worry so much about that. And I got increasing coins, so that's nice. This is going to suck. And then I'll rotate him off with Dom. I gotta go look at Dom, or stupid Dom. Dominic Mysterio Judgment Day. Yeah, you're already set when it comes to your medals. Ooh. How much of an asshole can I possibly be? Oh. I think I can be a real asshole. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I can do it. I think I'm gonna do it. How much of an asshole do I want to be? I'm gonna do it. I have to. I don't like using May anyways. I'm doing this. Why? Because I can. That's why. I'm just gonna be a dick all the way around. Oh. Yeah, the yellow move damage kind of triggers in a little bit more, but that legendary is looking too pretty. Boom. Yup. Yep. I think this is how I'm going to have to run Dom. That is a 258%. Yep. This is how I'm running Dom. Because I got to. Pervious. Really? What's the move charge on these? 6? Okay. No, I want charge because I want Cena. Do. This one. And then Purvis. Let's go with... I could do Taker. Yeah, we'll just do Taker. Fuck it. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. This is how I'm gonna have to run Dom Dom. That's stupid. That's 258%. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. And he's going to be on constant recharge. Like, poor Feud. Leech gems do 100% more damage. Okay. Okay. Yep. What's his gear do again? Yellow moves do 150% more damage. Okay. Let's see how it runs. Might as fucking well. I want to know. Ooh, I forgot to do tours. Okay, new bloodline. Okay, I got the Fatu, OTC. We're good. I can do that. Easy peasy, lemon parcheesi. Where's the challenge tour? And what's in this? This is where we tell you how amazing life will be after you purchase this grab bag. I'm going to let this sit for a second. All right. This is where we tell you. Okay. I've got to do this real quick. I want to know it's universal. I already know about all of this. Replace. Contest. It's going to be OTC. I know it's a class disadvantage, but I don't care. Full trainer setup. We're good. All right. I got to know what's in that bag. Because it's not telling me what's in that bag. It'll tell me after I purchase it. Hit. You're at 80 million health. That's good to know. God, I love this game again. I can't believe I wasted this much time on her not playing this game. I could be so much higher if I wanted to be. Boom. Destruction. More destruction. You're dead. It's 76 million health. That's why. You dumb fuck. Alright. Let's see. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Alright. Cool. I got voice of the voiceless shards and more shards of the cards I already have. That's fine by me. I don't care. That's pretty cool. I'll take the voice of the voiceless shard. I do like me a good CM Punk. That was fun. Alright, this ends Saturday, so if you got that John Cena SE, you got those. So I hope somebody got those. The rest of them are just points. Alright, what's in the milestones? Alright, let's see. What's in the gold? Will it show me now? This is where we tell you how amazing life will be after you purchase this grab bag. Oh my god, that is the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. That is hilarious. They got quite a few bags, so that's good. Yeah, you're looking at quite a few bags. Alright, let's look at... I did not mean to do that, but yeah, I'll take my tickets. Because I constantly forget to do that. Alright, what is... Okay, so that's the normal. And this one is this. Or score increase, obviously. Getting that 300 mil is going to be tough. But I do want to get to this. I do want that 150% gem strap. I will take the 100% defense. I have got to get up to that. Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, what's in these again? Willa Jade, that's the one I want. I just want one more of these. I could take 5 more, actually. There's so many cards I could use for that. All right, 250,000 or 250 million is the goal for sure. However, probably not going to get there. Let's go do the quick tour real quick so I can do the straps. All right, we're looking for the body. Jesse, the Body, Ventura. And look, I can finally take you up. What did I put on you? I saw armor. Toy Star Brawn. I don't know what that unlocked, but it did something for me. What's on your belt again? Oh, yeah, that's right. I armored you up. 100%. Does not compare to Dom Dom. Make 4 pyro gems into yellow gems. Make the bottom row into pyro gems, which will modify all gems into protect. Oh, okay. Project gems suck. But with the armor setup, it would be really good. Yep, I'm just gonna stick with what I have already. I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, I just want to get my steps. And then after all this, I'll do all my tours off screen, obviously. And then I've got 25 minutes before I have to go pick up my kiddo from school. Hit this. Boop! On your noggin. Whoa! I mean, if Joe Gacy's hitting that hard for a free-to-play card, that's actually not bad. Especially for free-to-play cards. The Body is not bad at all, too. The Body does put in some work. That's nasty. Okay. And I think this is the one where I get the steps. If not, then I'll go grab the steps. Always make sure to get your steps. Go on the portal, get your free steps. Go into tour, get your free steps. That is something that I have, for one, royally fucked up. I have missed the steps multiple times and not applied them. Always apply the steps. They help out significantly. Hopefully, this concept will gain traction as we go throughout the month. Yep, there's the steps. So we're golden grams. And then, while we're on stream, while I'm showing this shit off, go down here, go to here, hit perks. Gotta apply that new perk, because that was freaking cool. I like this, because now I don't have to have Santa Hogan. Dude! Mikado, now you can run that other moveset. Unlock. Equip. If you go and grab that free freaking turnbuckle, throw that shit on your showdown. That'll help you out a lot. That is huge. Okay, so now we have +1 more move points. Info. It only has the 1. Okay, cool. So they basically gave, or anybody who doesn't have Santa Hogan where it needs to be, they basically gave you an out. That is dope. Okay, that just changed the whole trajectory of this fight right here. Of this. Come here. Replace you. We need to look for something better. Gem damage. Okay, so we're gonna go with Gunther. We're just do that 60% gem damage increase. Because I've already got where I need to be with everything. Bitchin'. That is awesome. So that is 4 from Xavier, 5 from the line bonus, 6 from the turnbuckle, 7 for the start. That is fucking awesome. And that means Taker can run this, switch that off, go down here, yellow gems. Let's go down and find Braun Strowman. There you be, Jelly Bean. So there's that. So that's 4, 5 from the turnbuckle, 6 from the start. So there's that. That just made life so much easier. Then we go to Bo. Make sure, no, this is not the moveset I want for Bo. So we're going to go here. No, it's here. And then this goes to here. And this goes to here. And then we I save it. I saved it. Perfection. Oh, nope. It has to be Carmelo. Okay, so we need Mello. Scroll, 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 scroll. Ooh, Mello. Now, I'm going to set this real quick. We're going to take Mello off a Rabbit because Rabbit's not being used right now, which also begs the big issue that I can't use Rabbit this feud. That's okay. Okay, so now we want to go with previous. What did I throw on here that was previous? That will help me now. Would have been Mosh, honestly. We're already using Mosh on one and Sin Cara on another, so there's no reason for that. So we'll just go with Piggy, go with Joe Gacy, go with Dexter, and go with Bradshaw. I mean, that's going to be the best. That's 1 million for every row break, just off that alone. Then you go and look here, 200% more damage, so this should run perfectly. That should run clutch. So we're good there. Yeah. And then what was my previous on this one? All right, let's see if I can throw an affiliation strap on Matt real quick. You have Matt? Yes. I think I have a second. I think I have another affiliation strap. So there's 1, 2 being used by the ones I actually use. And then I want to say King Woods doesn't need it. Because I don't use a lot of bleed. Bitchin'. Alright, then we go up to Logan. And we'll go Pervious. Roxanne! Roxanne Perez is going to be the only other one I use that has green. I believe she is right here. And we'll go Gem Modifier and use Matt. And what do we have here for Pervious? I think we need to use Gunther. And then, yeah, guess we'll just use Lex. Okay, so take off Tiffy, and we're golden. Beautiful. So that sets up Logan. So Logan, I will use against any 6-star silver and below with the setup I have right now. Because for him, blue gems are at 315%, green gems are at 265. So we're golden there. He should do some work a little bit. Once he gets rotated off, it'll be Dom Dom. Once Dom Dom gets rotated off, then it'll just be bouncing around trainers. Not 100% if I'm going to use Ozzy nearly as much as I think I am. But this will help out a ton. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use Rabbit. 1, 2... No, I can use Rabbit. Can't I? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are using purple, so I can't use Rabbit. That's fine. I don't think I'll need to use Rabbit. I think I can just go and leave the top row. I think that's what my plan is. To be the most efficient throughout this feud. What I'll just need to do is knock out the 2 fights for Dom, 2 fights for Logan, nix the entire top row, and just stick with the 7. Going with the 7 should... It still puts me at over 250. No, it puts me just shy of 2. No, it doesn't. Alright, let's rotate real quick. I don't care about the contest. That is a nice feature, though. They added that. Let's go there and then bring you back down here. So it puts me at 256,000. So that'll still put me up against a lot of 6-star gold lineups, especially if my teammates are below me in regards to strength. Now, if I team with Arb, like I did the last time, pretty sure he's sitting up really fucking high on his roster, too. So that'll do that. Yeah, that's the thought process. Yep, that's the good thought process.
So that's gonna be it. And since nobody else asked about feud and stuff like that, we'll wait until next time. Hopefully, we'll gain some traction next time. Hopefully, get a couple more people in here that actually have a lot more questions too. Mikado, I am super stoked that you were able to show me your lineup, and I think we got you down to where you're in the best position possible for this feud, at least this flash feud. Tomorrow, I will try again. I believe. Let's see here. So it is male feud tonight. It is male feud in the morning, and then tomorrow night is female feud, and then female feud. So back to back female feuds tomorrow night. So what I might wind up doing is Cargill's on there, and Rhea. That's gonna be a rough one though, because Cargill's only 6-star bronze for me. Rhea is that's Showboat Rhea, so I don't have Showboat Rhea. I thought it said Acro Rhea. At 3, 4, 2, no 3. I have new Cody. Shit. All right, I think I need to put points into Cody real quick, since I just got Cody. Story continues. That's gonna be the one for tomorrow. TTS Powerhouse. So it'd be this one. All right, what can I do with you? Oh, that's cool. So it'd be this. Max that. Max that. Max this. Roxanne. What? Okay, give me a second here. I'm trying to figure this out. Under 43%. That's cool. Those actually do quite a bit of move damage. Like a considerable amount. I know I'm being quiet right now. I'm just trying to figure out how I can make all this work in the way it needs to work. For the belts, that is 100% going on Cody. 100%. Blast gems. Blast gems. And then I can switch out the metals later. And then I can go real quick before I am too off. I can make you gold. You are focused. You already have the shards, so I think you're gonna go gold. Make 9 random gems into blast gems. Choose 5 gems to make into red gems, which would redo that again. With the blast gems, we only make 8, so I can increase it twice. I can do that twice. And then how would I blow up the board, though? Would it only be the 2 moves? I think it would only be the 2 moves. And then just toss this on here for shits and giggles. It does 540,000 per blast gem. So I could go move charge. Slap Butch on there.
And then generator. That'd be Rusev or JBL. Mark it off. All right, where the hell is my JBL? Did I pass by him? Nope, right there. Yeah, JBL. That's crazy. I know that this is off topic, but what's your Shotzi at? Give me just, that's not off topic, buddy. I'll give you just a second here. All right, so I'm going to go down this route. I'm going to start with this, and then I'll add to that here in a second. And Shotzi. Eat my tank. 5-star gold. Choose a 6x5 area to make any color turn gems. Make 35 color turn gems into blue gems. And then, yeah, I don't know how I'd run this bitch. These 5 gems making blue gems to 2x2 areas. Really? Oh, 3x3 area into 10. That's not bad. Choose a 4x4 area to make into yellow gems. That'd be Cody Plate. That'd be Insignia. If I was to run this, it'd be Insignia. Be the Nightmare Insignia. This one's hard. Or if you chose to have, if she's at 6-star bronze or higher, Sling Blade, question mark, kick, Devon glasses. It's a good choice. Shotzi is definitely a good choice. You get that Nightmare Insignia, or you get a couple of them at least. Shotzi would be one for the Nightmare Insignia for this build. And then the other build would be Sling Blade, question mark, kick. Possibly the Cloverleaf. Do the Cloverleaf just to make sure that their MP is down. And then focus all attention into Sling Blade. No, you need blue. It'd be the, I would do the inverted Cloverleaf into the Sling Blade into the question mark kick. Yeah, this is how I would run her for females. So it'd be the inverted Cloverleaf into the Sling Blade into the question mark kick, running Devon glasses as a plate. Defense. She doesn't do enough damage right now to keep them down. That's what the Cloverleaf's going to be for. I say that everything should be turn 1. Ultimately, your end goal is to be turn 1. Where you are right now in regards to your roster, in regards to your lineups and stuff like that, submission is going to be your best friend. Just do not run it against something that has an MP plate or has the anti-sub plate, because that plate still runs around. But doing the inverted Cloverleaf, if you had Trick Dom Dom, I would say use him with Lawler for that gem damage increase and then color turn damage increase. But this is a pretty solid reversal. It was. Never mind, it's heal gems. It's not a good reversal. There's no heal gems out there right now. Not at least in the meta. But I do the inverted Cloverleaf, the Sling Blade, into the question mark kick. It may take you a little bit, but it may only take about 3 minutes. But as long as you're running parallel on power or below, you should be just fine. So if I was going to run this, I run Lawler, Kofi, and whatever, add damage with yellow, blue, blue. It does 2 million if you hit the 3x3 area twice, but it doesn't do enough. No, because really, ultimately, you need the Nightmare Insignia. You really need the Nightmare Insignia plate for that. But on the other end of that coin, the inverted Cloverleaf into the Sling Blade into the question mark kick is probably going to run you a little bit more efficiently. It may take you 4 turns. It may take you 4 minutes. But again, that's where I come down with what I said previously. Was if you are running slow, say it takes you 10 minutes to get, you're the lowest one on the pairing, right? The guy above you has multiple one-shot 6-star golds. You don't. If he is finished before you are finished off your first fight, bow out.
give him the lineup. Let him go. Keep in communication with your teammates. Whoever you see, tag them in Discord. Almost immediately, look at lineups. Go and say, hey, buddy, I have 6-star golds I cannot fight. You take those. Give me all your fodder. And they should. If they're good teammates, they'll give up their fodder. If they're a good person, they'll give up their fodder. Because ultimately, people who are running 6-star gold lineups should primarily want to fight 6-star gold cards. Every single time. Should just regular feuds. Should I put armor 2 set to lean into the strap bonus? Yes. 1000%. For your lineup, yes. For your roster, yes. With that 60% gem defense. I mean, look at Dom here. I have a 60% gem defense on him. So I slapped on the armor 2 plating, or metals. And we're at 258%. So that is going to help you, especially against 6-star bronzes, potentially 6-star silvers. First fight that you have if you run Shotzi, run it against a 6-star silver. Do not fight any 6-star golds unless you have a 6-star gold. That's rule number 1. You do not have 6-star gold, do not run against a 6-star gold. If you have 2 6-star silvers, prioritize 6-star silvers with those. 6-star bronze is the same case. If you only have 6-star bronze, you're only prioritizing 6-star bronze. The biggest problem I see on a regular basis is people thinking that since they can beat a 6-star gold on tour, they think they can take on a 6-star gold in feud. What they fail to recognize is it took them 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Oh, everybody has regrets once they leave and come back, man. Everyone does. You're not the only one. It's a hard pill to swallow. But a lot of people think that since they can do it in tour, they can do it in feud. What they fail to realize is the time. If it took you 15 minutes on tour, it's probably going to take you 20 minutes in feud. Like, the amount of time management required in feud to be successful is very, 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 very large. You have to prioritize time management as much as humanly possible, especially if you want to move up in factions. If, say, your faction is a 102 ranked faction and you want to go to a top 50 faction, you need to be able to bring something to the table, which is I can win feud fights in 10 minutes, or I fight what I can fight and I communicate with my teammates. That's how that goes. That's the best advice I can give to anybody in regards to feuding in any way, shape, or form. Fight what you can fight. Understand that you are not at a level that you need to be at and want to be at. Don't overextend. So, if I go into a fight, if my teammate that I paired with, and this is going to go, I'm going to point this out in my faction tonight before I go into feuds. If my teammate is dragging me down, if I see that they have won 3 fights in 12 minutes, I'm going to immediately jump them. I should have listened to you. I have hella regret with Tech Shayna. Yep. Never got drip plate, so Dakota won't do enough damage. Shotzi, I don't regret, but as much as I guess. My biggest is Piper. Piper is not a bad choice, but she does require her plate. Piper, 1000%. Even when we all got that free trial of Piper, everybody said that she needed that plate. She's dog water without that plate. With plate, she's decent. I don't see her ever being meta. I don't ever see her being top tier because she has no reason to be top tier. She has no reason to be up there. She is a mid-card superstar in real life. So she's not even mid-card. She's lower than mid-card. So one of the things I've noticed and acknowledged with champions, whoever their top players are on the roster in real life are going to be top players in game. So, I mean, look at the lineup here. These are all top players aside from this dumb fuck right here. I hate this man. I really wish he'd stayed out of the WWE. But veterans think he's fucking the bee's knees. So, okay.
I know he's bringing new eyes to the product. I know that he is benefiting the product with his millions of followers. I get it, but no, he needs to be like a Travis Scott, someone who shows up once in a while and is not claiming to be anything other than a fucking content creator. But that's just my opinion. But Devon and Bubba were top players. Bo and Dexter are one of the top favorite factions in the Wyatt Six. John goes without saying. Ozzy goes without saying. Ozzy may not have been a wrestler, but as a performer, musician, everything, Ozzy is always set at the pinnacle of rock music. So wherever he's pinnacle, so obviously he's gonna hit like a fucking Mack truck. Undertaker goes without saying. OTC Roman goes without saying. All number ones. Mid card players, majority of the time in champions, are only going to be mid card performers within the game. But since coming back with polls and stuff, I've got Cora, Tiffy, and Hall of Fame Molly. Three very solid choices. Three very, very solid choices. I've seen a lot of free to play players make Hall of Fame Molly do wonders for them. Tiffy is beautifully broken against any multiply gem user. Her finisher is a great counter. Her triple blue is very, very good. The AI does not run it correctly, but the triple blue is good for feuding. I think she's turn 3 if you don't have her plate, if you don't have the Trish plate. The Trish plate is that pink cowboy hat plate. If you ever get that, you do the double purple into the finisher. That's what I use, even without that plate. It does very, very well. It basically time wastes the opponent. Yeah. And then Cora does very well with her submission and stuff like that. Oblivion, or Liv, Trickster Liv, I believe is better. But Cora kills that NXT requirement like nobody's business. Oblivion. So right now I have her set up where I want this to go. Basically, this is gonna go somewhere else. I can't remember who had it. But once I get her to 6-star gold, which I plan on, I'm 16 away. No, I gotta take Twisted Bliss up first. Fuck. Do I have enough for Bliss? Alexa. I'm 5 away. Fuck. Yeah, Liv is a lot better. But Liv is a rough one if you don't have the right things for her. So one of the things you need is the Devon plate. The other one you need is Roxanne. Roxanne makes this broken. This setup right here, absolutely broken with Roxanne. Because if you do Roxanne, what you do is you do the running drop kick, or you do the Oblivion. You increase your red gem damage by 200%. Then do the running drop kick. Then do the Oblivion again then do the ripcord knee strike into the Oblivion. So that's 500% increase if you have the plate. That's okay. You don't necessarily need it. You need her for to be a one shot. Put it that way. You need her for a one. You need the Roxanne, the Punk plate, and the Devon plate. All three of those that you just named make her a one shot. Without those, you can go running drop kick into the Oblivion, or into ripcord knee strike into Oblivion, and she still does great work. Especially if you can do Fury 3. Like that, she's gonna do well. Another thing to consider: whoever you have a Fury 3 strap on, or Fury 3 setup on, or Armor 2, or Takedown 3, all of the new medals, if you have those, when you go up against someone who only has tier 5 medals or below, you have a lot higher chance of winning quicker, because that gem damage reduction is key. I mean, even here, I'm at 114%. So that will help out a ton, especially if they're running Furies. I'm going to try my best. I really am. Feud starts at 8. My baby mama does not get off until 9. So when she gets off work at 9, I will be going and taking her home because I'm her ride home. And my son is going to be with me. And if he goes and says, I want to stay with mommy, he can stay with mommy and I'll come home and I'll stream. But if he says he wants to stay home with me, then I won't be streaming. Some of the color turn gym trainers also got reworked to 6-star gold. They did. Let's see. Which ones? Like, this is not a good one. I hate this one. Oh, it went up to 18. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna have to put some levels into you to get you to max trainer. Thank God I got the freaking 6-star gold for free. 18 mil is gonna be nice. Or I actually pulled a 6-star bronze, so I'm free to work on live. I actually got both the lives, so I'm definitely needing to build up both lives. Work up the Cora first, then do the live. Cora, then live. You have tricksters. 6-star bronze start off is a lot better. Saves you on resources. Trust me on this one. I would work your striker live and your Cora first. Then do Oblivion. Tech Shamrock. Hall of Fame Brett. Thank you kindly. Alright, Shamrock. Master of the Ankle Lock. Trainer. 150%. Ooh, that's pretty. 150% is going to go nicely on quite a few, actually. That's 1T. And you're a coach. 100%. Ooh. Yep. Yep, that'll go really good with Liv. Yeah, I'm 99% positive I got the tokens. Yep. 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 I can take him gold. I'll probably take him gold so that way I can do that. It's really too bad the trainer was worked up but not the moves. Like, it would have been really nice if these moves got switched out. You know, maybe make the strength at 5 instead of 3. And then multiply, change that up a little bit. That would have been nice. And then instead of a 3x3 area, make it like a 6x6 area. They could do so much with Hall of Fame Brett. The trainer being increased, though, is very, very good. That is solid. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, so Liv just got a whole hell of a lot better. So I'll probably take her up after Bliss. But Alexa, I really want to get to 6-star gold or 6-star bronze at bare minimum. What's her trainer? Green moves start with 2. Reinforced gems do 100% more, so that's nice. That'll be good on something. That'll be good for something. But Alexa, I'm still torn on whether Alexa is actually gonna be of any sort of value. There's a part of me that thinks she will, especially with how hard her finisher hits. Her finisher is going to hit for 657 at 5-star gold. So at 6-star gold, that's probably going to be about $1 million, roughly. And with the Chelsea Ultimate plate, that could go really, really nicely. Or even with the Bubba Specs plate, that could go nicely. I just don't like the fact that it's a submission. She does a lot of submission. And if broken by your opponent, make 3 random gems into leech gems. There's a strong chance if you do the sunset flip power bomb, you're gonna wind up hitting or the cloverleaf into the sun. Or if you do sunset into cloverleaf, you're gonna wind up screwing yourself because the opponent is going to crack one of those trap gems and it's going to cover up your submission. It is rough. It's still rough, man. He's still rough. Absolutely rough. But see, what I'm thinking here with Alexa is the triple blue is what's gonna make is gonna be really really good, especially with the Pyro Princess Blade. So make 6 random silence gems into multiplied gems. I mean, ultimately, let me look here. Go up here to Champions, Superstar Guide. Let's look for Alexa. Let's go and switch it to. It's going to be this one, and then gold. All right, so it makes 22 random silence gems into multiplied gems of strength 6. When it's capped out, it's going to be a 5x1 area into snowfall gems. That'll make them into silence. And then a 5x1 into red. Then swap a 5x6 area into blue gems. So ultimately, you're looking at almost all of the gems being broken. The downside to Alexa is the same concept of the downside. Just got home from bed. Was worried I was going to miss the stream. You almost missed it, buddy. Oh, shit. I got to go, guys. It is 5:04. I did not realize it. I got to go pick up my kid. So, yeah, technically, Bing, you missed the stream. But luckily, it is a VOD. I did not realize. I thought it was only 4:30. I did not realize time went away that fucking quickly. That was crazy. So I need to go pick up my kid. I am going to try tonight to stream. I really am. 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. I don't know where you all are now, but basically an hour after Feud starts, if my kid decides that he's going to go with his mom, then I'm going to wind up coming back and streaming. And we'll cover all this again later. And then tonight, for stream, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't realize the time. Tonight, for stream, we will be doing feuding. I am going to put out to everybody in multiple Discords that I'm a part of that if you show up and want to talk rosters, you want to talk lineups, you want to talk about speed, you want to do more into the feud educating, I will be more than happy to break that down as I go. All of this right here barely has any thought process to it at all. A lot of it is just click and go. So I will be able to pay attention and still keep up the pace. So Bing, I know you got a lot of questions tonight. I hope everything's fine with your animal, by the way, since you went to the vet. I'm hoping everything's good and it's a clean bill of health. But either way, tonight I will be answering questions. Basically, every time I come on stream for champions or anything like that, if you've got roster questions, if you've got lineup questions, if you've got belt questions, etc., I am always here to offer advice of any way, shape, or form I can. With all that said, I do have to go pick up my kid, and I am time sensitive now. So thank you all so much for coming by, Mikado. Thank you so much for showing me your lineup. I hope I helped you make it to where you can go the fastest you can be. And if you guys missed the stream, by all means, watch it over again. I went over a lot of information, and I will continue to go over this information as time progresses because he's got some issues. He's an old dog. Oh, that sucks. That's one of the reasons I don't want to get a dog. I want to get a dog so bad, but I don't think I could live with losing a dog again. I've already lost 2. I don't think I can do it again. But I will see you all later, and life can be fun if you allow it to be. We'll see you next time.